Alright, so this video mostly comes from me being random. So I was initially going to do Jiren versus Juggernaut, and it's a dope battle and all, but I kind of wanted to do more with it, And I remember back in the day, one of the most divisive videos in the community was Jiren versus the Marvel Universe, and it was put out by Comics Explained, and basically he was gassed up about Dragon Ball Super. Everyone was super hyped about it when it dropped, and he asked a question: could Jiren solo Marvel if like non-abstracts fought him? Like basically, God tier and abstracts stay out of it. Just those that like normal fight. Could they beat Jiren? And it was really controversial because he was on the side of Jiren and he was a comics guy. Which honestly should have gassed up a lot of Dragon Ball people because they're like, oh shit, even the comics guy thinks that. So I want to, it's been years. People came out really hostile about it at the time. Like I said, it was really controversial. But I want to revisit it and kind of look at the question that was asked and see if there was any merit to it, and just personally where I think Jiren would stop, like where he would stop in the Marvel Universe. So if you like content like this, me talking about classic topics and things like that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. Just put out an incredible UU video. Make sure to go check that out. More coming soon. UU's getting its own exclusive playlist, just like Who Can Beat series has its own playlist. Also reading Bleach, and I'll have Bleach content out soon. But let's get back into this. So who is Jiren? I need to kind of review who Jiren is and what he brings to the table. Jiren was introduced in Dragon Ball Super in the tournament arc, and in the Tournament of Power, he was really viewed as the big dog, right? Like as soon as he came on the scene, arms crossed, looking like a big ass alien cosplaying as a Superman type, he just had that presence about him. We're like, yeah, he's gonna be too raw. And it was kind of implied that he was damn near god level at that point. Like he was already coming in with the reputation even crazier than the likes of characters like Hit and Goku. So we saw, speaking of Hit was unable to defeat Jiren in the Tournament of Power. Hit has time hacks, can completely freeze time, as well as he's using his raw power as well to amp this, and Jiren just like shook off the time cage, walked through it. These characters, him, Jiren, Goku, they can shake the world of Void with their power, which should be infinite. Just even being implied to scale to God of Destruction level or Beerus level is an implication on a multiversal level, right? Like just calc stacking, of course, or stacking multipliers. The fact that they are Uni Plus, Buhan, and just regular Z could collapse dimensions with his screen and break universes. And they get hundreds, thousands times stronger. It just stacks on top. And so ultimately what we're looking at with Jiren at the end of the day is a multiversal talented brawler who's literally so fast. He was hitting these characters who should have high tier speed scaling like MFTL to even inaccessible, depending on, Dragon Ball can be a little divisive on metas they use for speed, but even if we give them a little better high tier scaling, it's gonna be rough for, I'll just come out and say it's gonna be rough for Jiren in the speed department. I'm not worried at all at how hard Jiren hits. I do think he is a true heavy hitter. Like he'd be able to brawl with most regular characters in Marvel, but Dragon Ball characters just aren't nearly fast enough. Like here's some characters I think come to mind that I would immediately say like would be a good fight. So Jiren versus Juggernaut, that's a great fight. The problem with Jiren in that fight is the way to win would most likely have to come through BFR of some kind, or figuring out how Juggernaut's power works, somehow removing the helmet, and then hoping that's enough to help you take him. It's just a lot you gotta do to get through Juggernaut and his infinite kinetic energy. And if people are like, oh well, that doesn't count because that's a hacks. That doesn't make sense because that's like saying Jiren can't use ki or anything to power up. That's Juggernaut's main source of power. That's like his character's power. So, and he just brawls, and he's able to brawl with the Hulk, Thor. I mean, for years, Juggernaut technically in a straight up fight didn't lose to them. They would have to BFR him and stuff. So I think Juggernaut versus Jiren would be a terrific fight. I don't think Jiren can put down Juggernaut. I just don't think he has enough to get through the durability of Juggernaut, being as Juggernaut has literally walked through the God Blast of Thor, which can hurt Galactus, and the only reason he stopped was the ground couldn't handle the God Blast, so Juggernaut fell. But he was taking it and walking through. He's been hit by the Stranger before. I mean, like, he's literally taken hits from abstracts and cosmic beings and been fine. Thor would give Jiren an incredible fight. Obviously, we would have to take high-end pissed off Thor to beat Jiren. Just, you know, he'd actually have to really, like, try. If Thor was playing around with Jiren, I could see Jiren getting the victory off of, like, a sneak KO. But if Thor's bloodlusted, he's going to manhandle Jiren. A bloodlusted Thor would definitely beat Jiren. Hulk, there's versions of Hulk that would be in trouble. Because Jiren does hit hard enough to take him out. I mean, 60s Hulk, like, he was cool, but he would get depowered by weird shit. He would get hit by weird shit and get depowered. Certain energy blast would put him down Sonic Blast. But I do think someone like World War Hulk would walk through Jiren. I don't think he'd have a problem with Jiren at all. Sentry, you know, obviously Sentry not jobbing. He's going to easily be able to brawl with Jiren and probably blitz him. Surfer should be able to keep up with Jiren. Now, newer Surfer, I said in, like, Jobber, old school Surfer would lose to hit. But, like, New Age Surfer, updated scaling Surfer, actually trying would beat Jiren. So, like, I see Jiren ultimately, I guess what it comes down to, being, like, Herald tier. High Herald tier to, at best, like, flirting with Skyfather tier. Like, at best. But the problem with that, of course, is you kind of hand-tie a lot of characters. You got to kind of not allow them to do things to allow Jiren to have a chance, right? Like, if Jiren invaded the Marvel Universe, he's probably getting killed when he lands in New York. Because, first of all, if he starts messing things up, if, let's say, God forbid, Avengers show up in Job and get beat up, right? Which is possible if someone like, I don't know, like, if they sent, like, Luke Cage, Captain Marvel, War Machine, shit like that. If they send a team like that, yeah, Jiren's making it out. But characters like Doctor Doom, if they see someone wilding with insane power, he's going to grab something from down the hall in his damn castle and come get Jiren right. He's going to teach him a thing or two, all right? So the question itself becomes kind of weird because we had to restrict ourselves. You know, we're saying, oh, Jiren's not going to deal with hacks, really. Like, non-abstracts easily wash Jiren with hacks. I can think of a few characters that don't scale to Skyfather normally, but they're hacked out. Like, I think a good example would be, like, Iron Fist, right? Typically seen as a street tier, but with his power source coming from Shao-Lao the Undying, a being who's supposed to be up there with the likes of the Phoenix Force as an elemental primal force, he's been able to hurt Hulks, hurt Scar, go toe-to-toe with Thor clones, and potentially can hit with Phoenix Force levels of power. So someone like him could run up, and if he goes all out with an Iron Fist, do some serious damage to Jiren because of the force of the Iron Fist. Like, Professor X in his wheelchair with his mind hacks could mind hacks Jiren, and he's crippled. That's what I'm saying. Like, Marvel does have characters that they're, quote, like, not brawlers or Skyfather level brawlers or Herald tier brawlers, but they have the hacks to do damage to even characters like Jiren. So yeah, I think the Marvel Universe is a tricky situation for most Dragon Ball characters, even Jiren, because he has the AP to hang with most, but everything else kind of gets a little dicey. I think speed would cost him. I think characters like Juggernaut can handle him because he has the durability to take what he throws at him and just outlast him. And then Jiren would kind of have to. I don't think Jiren in character likes to BFR people. I think he tries to beat people. So I don't see him trying to BFR Juggernaut, which is the way to go in a lot of instances. So overall, I see the Marvel Universe taking down Jiren with Herald, like respectable Herald tiers, to maybe a little bit above Herald tiers, but the speed in Marvel would just be too much for Jiren. But yeah, anyways, guys, let me know what you think. If you think Jiren showed up in Marvel, how would Earth 616 react? Personally, I think it solely depends on how Jiren acts up. Now, if he lands on Yancey Street, of course he's dead. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. It's been your boy YFE. If you like any classic situations like this, like revisiting old scenarios, let me know in the comment section. Maybe I'll do another one. But anyways, it's been your boy YFE, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.